Business over bullshit, I'm cooking up after the full split. This that black royalty that sprung up from the soil from beneath the concrete.
Okay. In this thing, once again, I am one half of the host here on Big Business. It's YJ in the building.
It's your boy Boss, man. Busy. Yeah, man, we back with another one, man. What's good? What we got on the docket, bro?
Back with another one, and this kind of ties in more like an update almost to some sense. You know, we talked about this a while back, and we want to tap back in Clipse. With the Clipse, they dropped this interview, man. I thought it was pretty interesting, some parts in there. And, you know, Pusha T, he seems to be the more vocal to me. He's the more outspoken to me. I thought this section was critical to the history of this project. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into it.
All right. Old Clipse in the building.
Years ago at this point.
Right.
So
pre-Kendrick though.
Yeah. There was no Kendrick verse in the
or
runway show.
Yep.
It's been 2 years since then. There's been some conversation already about this song being a holdup for the release of this album.
For sure.
Talk to me about what a lyrics committee does at a major label as far as your understanding and your experience.
Yo,
what is a lyrics committee for our listeners?
Listen, and this is what this is how I understood it initially. The lyrics committee, from what I understand, was supposed to, take your music, make sure there aren't any interpolations,
secret samples.
It's a copyright check.
Basically, that's what it's supposed to be. Since 2018, it was for me at Def Jam a way to censor my music or a way to make sure I wasn't having any subliminal disses or anything in anything that I did.
Yeah.
That's how it was used for me.
A lyrics committee. Have you ever heard of a lyrics committee at a label? I'm just
not at all.
This was my first time hearing it. I've heard of an A&R. I've heard of an executive producer, but a lyrics committee.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Now, if they want to check for copyrights, they just say that if you have a sample in either the melodies, or maybe they want to double check, make sure your beat is not a sample of someone else's, then say that. That has nothing to do with lyrics, bro.
Yeah, that would be a copyright. That would be a copyright committee, which I believe every label should have. That's not copyrights for samples and lyrics is two different things. So even Pusha T's answer to that, I'm still like, what? They just
Yeah, I'm
your
trying
first
to figure
experience.
I'm trying to figure out, did he give it that name or that's the actual name of it? I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Experience with that was in the middle of your back and forth with Drake with Story of Adidon.
A baby's involved, it's deeper than rap. We talking character, let me with the facts. You are hiding a child, let that boy come home.
Damn.
How did that conversation go, and then how does that lead into what happened with Chains and Whips?
After Adidon or whatever, there were quite a few records that were stopped, like, yo, we're not doing this, or was, just basically shelved. And it
Your
was
verses,
yeah,
for
my
instance, on the
verses.
Pop Smoke album.
Yeah, Pop Smoke. But the telling part was when they would get the lyrics wrong.
Oh, sure.
So it one day I forget what song this was, but there was a Pop Smoke song that definitely was that had bars in it.
Mm-hmm.
By you.
But then there was another that didn't, and they thought it did. And I was like, wait a minute, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're interpreting something totally wrong.
Like two different songs.
Right.
Both with
right.
lyrics by you.
Yes.
One with a message and the other without a message.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I knew, like, wait a minute. I was like, Steven, is this shit are you serious right now?
Mm-hmm.
To your manager.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We know.
Yeah.
Victor,
So I'm like, wait a minute. This is something this is a thing.
Yeah.
At this point.
In your mind, they were being overly sensitive about you rapping about another artist signed to that label. Drake, a huge artist under the Universal banner. And they were sort of playing referee. He was getting Shea Gilgeous-Alexander calls.
Look at Malice.
I don't get that. He's with Def Jam. Drake's with Universal. I understand Universal's huge. Do they have that much fear for that level? Where they will check him and say, nah, bro, we're not gonna do this with him, man.
I mean, I guess with Universal being Def Jam daddy, kind of like when it comes to, like, they're under Universal, so it's the same umbrella. You know, Drake got OVO. He's not on Def Jam, if I can remember correctly, but because it's all under that UMG umbrella, I guess.
But of course, what did we see last year? They didn't stop that shit. They didn't stop that shit at all. But you know.
Oh, you talk about Kendrick would basically be Maybe they learned. Maybe they learned a lesson with it. Like, hold on, we got to just let this play out, guys. Because we just lost the Clipse. It's shit crazy. They lost the Clipse, man. That's
what you're saying.
For sure. For sure.
And at that point, you said, all right, I'll keep it moving. You put out Story of Adidon on SoundCloud instead of commercially. The Pop Smoke
that happened.
Removed.
The verses get removed. A couple verses get removed. I move on.
Right.
I just move on musically.
Right.
You know.
So then, fast forward to 2024.
Fast forward, yeah.
Drake and Kendrick do their thing.
Boom.
Drake files a lawsuit.
Boom.
You play them your new song with a Kendrick verse on it.
Boom.
How do they react?
Now, mind you, the energy up to that point is everybody's clamoring, oh, new album's coming, so on and so forth. Excitement. Everybody's ready. Listen, we 10 songs, 11 songs, 12 songs away. I mean, you know, close. We show up with the Kendrick verse. And everything's halted. It's halted. It's said that it will not be put out. They just didn't want to put it out. They would not speak via email.
They didn't want anything in writing.
Yeah, the label would not send email.
Oh, I'm gonna let him go just a little bit more. This is crazy, though. Yeah. This is crazy.
Nothing in writing.
Nothing in writing to my management. They would call my management, 10 times in a row.
Nothing in writing. And you know what? Yes, they know. They have the business sense as far as what things mean in writing. It's almost like a subpoena when you get handed it. It's like if you just talking over the phone, it's different than that actual email. And you saying such and such and such, you're legally bound almost to a certain extent. That's crazy. Crazy.
Before we continue, let me ask you this. Have you ever seen any rap artists who really have, and I have to say it's him, have this much goddamn power?
Because you mean as far as Pusha T?
No. Why are they not allowing this to go forward? Drake.
Oh, far as Drake, yeah, you're talking about far as UMG and because, and it's not right. It's not right. I'm not saying it's right at all. But the answer I would give is because they've never had an artist like Drake. Like there's not. He's kind of a unicorn when it comes to success in longevity. Like
until Drake asked for all his masters and everything, because what's always been said when we talk about people like Michael Jackson, Prince.
Yeah.
Oh, when they did this, or when they asked for this, or when they started doing this, they killed them.
Yeah.
Right now, they are protecting the fuck out of Drake. I bet you if he asks for his masters, that protection goes away. Watch what I tell you.
And I hold on. Let me see. Let me see about this matter because I never thought about that.
Because think about it, you never seen a label protect an artist like this ever. Ever. I don't give a fuck what genre you talking about. I've never seen this before, bro.
So okay,
then maybe it was something that we didn't know. I don't know.
Right. Let me because I quick Google search. So he doesn't own. Okay, let me just read what it says because because his deal, as you know, was huge that he did with UMG. It says Drake's deal with UMG allows him to retain ownership of the masters, which are original recordings of his songs. Then it goes on to say he licenses his while he owns his masters, he licenses them to Republic Records, an imprint under UMG, for distribution and streaming. What? Hold on. Let me read that again.
They're going to get paid regardless. They're going to get a cut.
While he owns his masters, he licenses them to Republic Records for distribution and streaming. Huh.
I think I understand that. Like he owns master, but he's gonna let them get a cut from this.
Right.
But he can pull back, right? If he owns it.
After the contract, or after because what was it, 600 million, 400 million? What did it say?
Like 10 years or something like that? Am I exaggerating that?
This means he owes the copyrights to his administrator. According to a report from Variety, the deal, which is reported worth 400 million, also covers song recordings, publishing, merchandise. The magnitude of his deal with UMG is comparable to a professional basketball. Potential for future deals. Drake's deal with UMG may have clauses that allow him to regain control of his masters after a certain period of time. And it doesn't look like some of the stipulations are public knowledge as far as how much time. If they 400 million, I would say it's You said 10, I would say it's probably somewhere in there. He sold this. You're like, hey,
yeah.
Give me them 400 M. Ooh, okay. Well, back to this. Let's get back to this. I'm gonna play it back just a little bit.
We show up with the Kendrick verse, and everything's halted. It's halted. It's said that it will not be put out. They just didn't want to put it out. They would not speak via email.
They didn't want anything in writing.
Yeah, the label would not send emails.
Nothing in writing.
Nothing in writing to my management. They would call my management, 10 times in a row, trying to get all of this, trying to, just plead their case. Mm-hmm. Now, there was nothing even to be, they didn't like the optic, in my opinion, they didn't like the optics
of two Drake foes teaming up.
Right.
Yeah. Did there a line they pinpointed to censor?
They pinpointed a line where the phrase Trump card was used. Mm-hmm. Right? And so stupid. Mm-hmm. Like it's like the phrase Trump card was used, and they said that they didn't want any problem with Trump or something like that as well.
Unrelated to
unrelated. Totally even unrelated. Yeah, totally unrelated.
Bullshit.
Just in that sense of what they said, quote unquote, what ties do Universal got with Trump? Or why would they, if something is said about Trump on something they release, like that's almost like some damn Illuminati shit where you can't even, like, y'all in bed with Trump, y'all got dealings with Trump, y'all got, like, what? It still is weird to me.
I think that's bullshit. I don't think it had anything to do with Trump.
Facts.
I think they just wanted to stay away from saying what it really had to do with, which was Drake, bro.
Right.
And this is really fucked up, bro. It's like it's taking away your freedom of speech, bro. I don't like that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's facts.
Just a Trump.
Yeah.
A Trump. Yeah. So you felt like they were looking for something.
Of course, they were looking for
to halt the optics.
1,000%. That's my opinion. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion.
And now you
man.
probably pick up why Malice ain't want to talk about that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know how long that interview was, but that was a nice chunk out of that interview that it was really based on Drake. Well, however you want to spin it.
Yeah.
And I'm so tired of this light-skinned nigga, man. I swear to
God. The saga continues, man.
Damn.
The saga continues, man. Drake out here, man. Hey, he stay on some shit, man. Hey, golly.
It makes you think, when you hear a lot of people say he's kind of infiltrating hip hop. He of course we know he's mixed and all that. I think he's a Jew, or somebody in his family is a Jew, and all that type of shit like that. I looked over that shit because I didn't know about all of this, and of course I didn't know anything about him going to sue a label. But now this shit makes you wonder about who Drake really is, bro.
Hey, well, far as Pusha T and No Malice, in which I'm seeing in this interview, they keep just saying Malice. Like, damn, you gonna let him? Like, is you back to Malice? I don't know, but I'm off that. But yeah, it makes me. I'm just glad they got away from it and that this all came out how it did, so the people can know. So the people can know what the fuck UMG over there doing. All the content creators who had they shit blocked worldwide and all this shit, because we all know, man, this is what you did. When they say the machine and what the machine does, the machine does not care. And I think Drake is at a point where he feels he is the machine as well, damn near. It seems like I think he's in bed with them, and having that where you're licensing your own masters to them. It's like, well, bitch, I am the machine now. What the fuck you gonna do? I can do what the fuck I want to do, type shit.
Real shit. And think about it. You gotta have balls to sue this label, bro. Like, they paying you $400 million for over a period of time, and you get your panties all tied in the knot because K-Dot, his numbers just skyrocketed, and you think they're doing something like payola maybe. And I think the only reason you brought that shit up is because they do it for you.
It's like almost entitlement. Like, my licenses are going to y'all, so y'all owe me this loyalty to not push this shit because it's talking about me. Oh, man.
And I think that's why he was very bold and confident going into this battle against K-Dot, because he didn't think they would allow this to happen. Boy, was he wrong.
Yeah. and the thing, and then back to what you said earlier about they censored the clips, but they let Kendrick do it. What's the reason as far as why
Same
would they?
label.
What I mean, it had to be something about Kendrick where we gonna let him do it, but we didn't let Clipse do the shit. Like, I think that goes back to what Kendrick is a bigger entity than the Clipse, I feel like, within the culture. So maybe he had a little more, and maybe, and this just popped up in my mind. You remember when Kendrick was putting them diss songs out and it was like, this music is not copywritten type shit. Like, people was playing it and getting money off it. Like, it had nothing to do with UMG. So maybe that's the reason, because it wasn't under the umbrella, maybe. I don't know. And then that's, goes back to Adonis or Adonys, whatever the shit was called with Clipse, how he had to release the shit on SoundCloud. So
I sure can't wait to hear the goddamn song. I know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
The real song.
The real song, yeah. We know it done been leaked and all that, but I don't care about that. I want to hear the real audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I think that shit gonna shake some more shit up. After we seen what happened and it died down, then now he got a verse on a group that a lot of people been waiting to make a return back to hip hop, and he's on this motherfucker saying some shit.
Yeah.
I think K-Dot trying to end this nigga, bro.
Hey, I'ma just say, keep your eyes peeled for Drake, man. He did the R&B shit. He did the something sexy for the ladies, but you know what that mean now. He can only go back one place. And it's back to hip hop. Now, unless he gonna make a reggae album, unless he gonna make a jazz album, a country album, or whatever, Spanish, Latino, Pitbull sound of music, he ain't got nowhere else to go but back to hip hop. So far as Drake next release, man, it might be, that boy might be cooking up something so dangerous. Cooking up something so dangerous on them boys, man. The mad scientist. Drake is like the Godfather, the cover of the Godfather, the fingers. Them is Drake fingers on that cover at the top. He just do this shit. He do this shit. He's the puppet master, man. I'm telling you, watch out for the boy.
Drake,
and that's all. The show is over. No, I'm just...
Drake ain't tough, man. I don't see it. I believe it when I goddamn see it.
Yeah, nah, I'm just bullshit, man. But hey, I wouldn't be surprised if he did come back, man, and with all these different situations and finally address some shit. I would be here for it. I'm gonna be ears peeled for it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even gonna front like I ain't trying to hear the shit. What he got to say at this point after the lawsuit, after this, after that. It's been so many things he hasn't responded to. That's why I'm saying that. It's been so many things he hasn't addressed. So the anticipation, I think, is very high for Drake's next release, his next project, all of that, man. So hey,
let's see.
To be continued.
We'll see. I think that lawsuit might have fucked him up. But we'll see.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we just want to come up here and chop that up real quick, man. 22 minutes in on this thing, man. Let's go ahead and get Boss over there shaking his head like, man. But
yeah, man. We gonna get up out of here, man.
And hit the goddamn button.
It's business over bullshit. I'm cooking up after the full split. This that black royalty that sprung up from the soil from beneath the concrete.